to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's fighting in the city here, different bunkers set up, coming around, featuring one of the game mats from gamemat.eu, and then we put our own terrain on top. But this game, it is the Tyranids, the new army that I've been working on, based on the new codex, and then it's Imperial Guard, but they have brought some allies along with them to help them out, some heavy hitting power. Huge bunker in the centre, absolutely dominating this landscape. It's a unique scenario that we're going to be playing. We will reveal all as the game progresses. Alright, welcome to this episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's Tyranids versus Imperial Guard and Blood Angels allies. And here's my 1850 point Tyranid force. So HQ unit is a Hive Tyrant. He's got regenerate and wings. And he's also got old adversary, special rule, so he'll reroll ones to hit in combat and also to wound. He'll reroll ones as well. So he's in charge of the force. And then two troops choices, the Tervagon, which can be taken as troops if you take 30 gaunts, which are here. Nice big spread of them. One big unit of 30, and then one Tervagon with regenerate and cluster spines as well, just a 5-point upgrade to make it up to 1850 points. Then 3 heavy supports at the back here. One Trigon. It's modelled as a prime, but we're just going to use it as a Trigon in this game with regenerate. Same again, another Trigon with regenerate as well, and then a Morlock with regenerate. Then air support Hive Crone, just finished painting him. He's got 4 tentaclids, dual cannon, and he's got regenerate as well. The Raveners are still in the new force, 6 of them, and this time I've given them rending claws, and then 2 units of Lictors, 1 unit of 3, 1 unit of 2, no upgrades for them. So there's the force, 1850 points. It's a terrifying monster army with an old adversary in command. So it's an intimidating force here. How well will the Imperial Guard and their Blood Angels fare in this game?
Right, this is my 1850 Imperial Guard force and Blood Angels. First of all, we'll go through the Imperial Guard. So for HQ, I have 2 HQ choices. The Infantry Commander is equipped with Chainsword and Las Pistol, Voxcaster, Heavy Flamer and a Missile Launcher. And a dedicated transport is a Chimera. It's equipped with a multi-laser, hull-mounted Heavy Flamer and a Dozer Blade. I have 3 veteran squads. The first squad is equipped with a Voxcaster, a Heavy Flamer, Plasma Gun and a Sniper Rifle, and I have a Commissar who is Commissar Gaunt, who counts as a regular Commissar. He's equipped with a Power Sword and Bolt Pistol. And just to let you know that all the squads here are equipped with Las Pistols, not as you see with Bolt Pistols and Plasma Pistol. So anyway, the second squad, I have another Commissar with a Plasma Pistol and Power Sword, which I've paid the points for. The Sergeant's equipped with a Close Combat Weapon, Las Pistol, a Voxcaster, Heavy Flamer and Plasma Gun and a Sniper Rifle. The next squad is equipped with, again, a Close Combat Weapon, Las Pistol, Voxcaster and 2 Flamers. And a dedicated transport to them is a Chimera. My Warlord is Commander Pask, and his squadron, he's got the Exterminator Lehman Russ, which is the twin-linked auto cannon, hull-mounted las cannon and sponson plasma cannons. He has the Warlord trait, Old Grudges, which means he has preferred enemy. And also I have 2 Punisher tanks at 160 points, Punisher Gatling gun and 3 heavy bolters, and exactly the same with his other tank as well in the squadron. So that's my Imperial Guard force.
And allies.
And allies, yes. We have the Blood Angels, the Angels of Death. And right, my first elite's choice is Assault Terminators. The sergeant's equipped with lightning claws, and the rest are equipped with thunder hammers and storm shields. And I have an HQ choice, which is my Reclusiarch. I have a Storm Raven, which is equipped with a hull-mounted multi-melter and a twin-link las cannon. I have a troops choice. I have the sergeant, who's not equipped with a power sword, he's just equipped with a chainsword, close combat weapon, and they are equipped with bolt pistols and close combat weapons, the squad.
So this is a bound army?
This is a bound army, yes. And a dedicated transport is a Razorback, which is equipped with a twin-linked heavy bolter.
Right, so there's the force. Don't often do allies, so nice combination here. I said to James, take Imperial Guard and then get some kind of allied force that can add a bit of hitting power, and he's going to need it in this game because it's again it's a Tyranid monster army. So Imperial Guard are terrified, but their hearts have found courage with the Blood Angel presence. So that's good news. Pask is up for it. We've seen an HQ choice now. There's actually a vehicle, so it's going to be fascinating. I also want to show you, I've zoomed right in here, and this is the work that James has put into these veterans here. Pretty much every figure is unique. You can see it there on the sergeant. And then coming across, you can see these poses that James has done for these veterans. I think he's done a superb job. Really nice work. So you get the impression that they're veterans just by the way that he's done them. Each one's a unique pose. James has done a really good job. So it's veterans that the Imperial Guard are using. So specialist battle, this one. Gonna need to have some specialist weaponry, and then with their allies we think James stands some kind of chance, but we'll have to see. Right, so we are going to play a unique scenario. I'm not a big fan of compendium books, but this Altar of War book, James bought it, I had a flick for it. It's basically a book full of extra missions that you can play. There's 6 new missions for Tyranids, and we're reading through and we decided we had to play a couple of these unique missions here. So mission 2 for Tyranids is called Wave Assault. So James's force is going to have to stop the waves of Tyranids coming in. Really looking forward to this one. Should be good fun. You play it exactly as 40k, but it's the deployment zone just marked here, and then some special rules which we're going to go into. So we'll go on to the scenario on the table now. Right, so it's a mission from the Altar of War book. It's called Wave Assault. It's mission number 2 for the Tyranids, and James has to stop 3 separate waves of Tyranids coming in. So I have to split my Tyranid force into 3 groups, and then they randomly come on one of the table edges, 1 each turn. So first turn they come on, second turn the next wave, third turn the next wave. James has to resist all 3 and cling on to the objectives, which there are 4 of them. There's one marked here, one here right in the centre, one here 6 inches away, and then a 4th one just there. It's marked out how it is in the book. James will be deploying at this end, so this is his table edge. Deploys in the centres, this is the back, and then he can deploy his force anywhere within this area. It has to be 12 inches away from this table edge, so you can see the line running up here. That's 12 inches in. Then it has to be, his force has to be 12 inches in from this table edge as well. He can set up just along there, and then running along, it has to be 12 inches in here, which is just in front of that perimeter fence. So that's the zone that he can set up in. And the waves will come in. One wave will come in here, one wave will come in from this edge, and then one wave will come in from that edge. And they'll be equally spread. All 3 waves will not come on from one side. One wave will come in from each sector. So there it is. Fascinating scenario, and we're really looking forward to this one. Will the Imperial Guard hold their ground? That's all they've got to do. They'll have Blood Angel support, so James is up for the challenge. Right, so deployment. There's none for the Tyranids, everything's in reserve. So first wave here, and then second wave is the 3 big monsters. First wave there, 1 unit of Lictors, and then the Raveners, Tervigon and his 30 gaunts there. And then the third wave, another unit of Lictors, and then the 2 flyers. We're not sure which one's going to turn up first. It's randomly chosen. But I put Lictors in here and here. And if they arrive first, then they can help direct in these deep strikers, perhaps. So that's the force. So then deployment. So James has put his force out here. 2 chimeras, one either side, with a bunker just in this gap. He's got to sort of face in all 3 directions. He's got to anticipate one wave coming on here, one wave coming on here, and then one wave coming in from this flank, plus the deep strikers to deal with, which there is a lot of in this force. 3 tanks here, just in range that Pask can give them orders to increase their capabilities. They're just parked there. They're going to have to move around and rapidly respond as the situation arises. In the big bunker here, he split the 3 veteran squads. 1 squad here, they're in charge of the left-hand flank, 1 squad dead ahead, and then 1 squad looking after the right-hand side. And then in reserve is the Blood Angels. So they're going to come on, save the day. So James hopes Storm Raven with the Terminators and the Reclusiarch will be flying on, and then the Razorback with the 5-man team he's put in reserve as well. So that is it. We are set, ready to go. We'll see how well the Imperial Guard and their allies can fare in this unique scenario. Right, here we go. It's first turn. Tyranids go first automatically in this scenario. So on a 1 or a 2, 3 or 4, 5 or a 6, which is the first wave. It is these guys. They're going to be arriving. It's the largest section of the force. First wave is coming. Right, so the Tervagon and his unit and the Lictors and the Raveners have arrived. Now, where shall we come on? On here? Here? Or here? I think I know where we're going to go. I think we're going to burst on from this flank and move up as quick as we can. So James's right flank is going to receive the first wave. Right, it's movement for the Tyranids on turn 1. Here they come. Tervagons come on, and the 30 Gaunts, and has bred a unit of 7, or of 5 and 2 1s. That's the end of breeding for that, so it's not gone very well there. And then the 2 Lictors arrive just here, trying to blindside the veterans. And then we tried to deep strike the Raveners just here, and then rolled 10, and ended up landing on top of the veterans over there. So we've rolled a 5, so they're back in reserve. So they'll have to roll up, I think, each turn. That's how we're going to play it. They'll have to come on separately later on by deep strike. So that's the movement for Tyranids. Just going to do some run moves here. So we're just going to go into psychic phase now. See what powers we can generate on this turn. Right, so psychic phase here. The Tervagon has Warp Blast, good roll. And we got it going. We've got 2 4+, but James denied that power on a roll with 2 6s, so that's been fouled. So there's nothing really for the psychic phase this turn for the Tyranids. So we're going to go on just to run moves. There's no assaults and no shooting. Right, it's just on the run moves there. 3 inches with these, 5 inches with the Tervagon. These guys moved up 4 as well. So in a nice orderly fashion, we're moving through the entrance. It's very civilised of the Tervagon. The Lictor's just holding there. They'll try and leap up next turn if they can survive. So this squad here on the right hand flank has got a whole lot of stuff to deal with. That marks the end of Tyranid turn 1. So Imperial Guard and Blood Angels allies turn 1 coming up. Won't see the Blood Angels on this turn 1, but we'll see what this Imperial Guard can do as they start to try and repel the enemy. So it should be interesting, this game. Looks like we're going to have 3 mini battles develop. One just kicked off over here. 2 more are going to happen as the game progresses. So some of James's units just on standby. They're awaiting the Tyranid waves coming in. But over here, James is reacting now. Veterans just moving across. Looks like he's going to try and engage with the Lictors. And then 2 Chimeras have come around the corner, and they're going to try and bring in some fire on the Tervagon and his gaunts. We'll see what happens. So no psychic stuff for the Imperial Guard, so we're going to go into shooting now for Imperial Guard on turn 1. So we're hoping James will do well. He's a bit depressed. He's a couple of blunders so far today. He forgot one of his tanks, so he had to fill in some extra points on the force, and then he forgot to bring the templates as well. But he went and bought some new ones from the shop just over, because we're at Tabletop Nation. He's bought these ones, which personally I can't stand, and they look terrible, but James seems to like them, so we're going to get to use them for the first time. But the first unit to receive fire from these template things looks like it's going to be the Lictors here. And James is saying that it's actually a heavy flamer that he has in his unit. Right, so Imperial Guard shooting now on turn 1. 1 wound on the Tervagon, and that was the officer here. Gave the squad inside the relentless special rule with one of his orders, and the missile launch fired and caused a wound on the Tervagon there. And then all the fire coming down, the 2 multi-lasers coming down the corridor here, and then fire from the heavy flamer, las guns, plasma gun coming down has killed one of the Lictors. Sadly, 1 left, Fearless, so that unit is still available. And James has just moved up a squad 6 inches here. They've run off to lend support. So, not cause for panic too much, but the Tyranids have potential here. We'll see where the next wave comes on as we move on to Tyranid turn 2. See if the flyers turn up. Right, that has livened the game up. The 3 big monsters have turned up. Tried to land just here with the first Trigon, scattered back, just bursting out where that fence is there. That's fine. And then the Morlock, we tried to land it just there. He scattered back and landed just behind the bunker. And then coming around, monstrous creatures popping up all over the place. Another Trigon has arrived just here, just to keep James occupied on this flank as well. We declared that it was this table edge that we were using, so there's 1 table edge left, that's here, and this is where the flyers will fly on from. So the last wave will come on here. So we're going to go on to movement now, but it's livening things up, monstrous creatures all over the place. The game has really got going. So movement for the Tyranids on turn 2. Trigon's just stayed where he is. He's going to let off a salvo there. Morlock's just landed here. And then really the movement's just been around the other side. The Lictor's jumped up and over. He's going to try and assault the squad just here. And then Gaunt squad just moving up. Looks like they're going to be able to shoot an assault. And then the Tervagon has moved up and around. He's going to go hunting vehicles now. His task of breeding Gaunts has been done. So he's just going to go on the rampage. And then the Trigon is going to try and fire across in support, and these guys moving around 6 through the entrance. Tyranids very civilised, at least moving through here, where the other deep strikers are making a mess of the place. But that's it, we're going to go on to Psychic phase now. See if we can use this Warp Blast by one of these Chimeras. So that's Psychic phase over. Failed to activate the charge there, so we're going to go into shooting now, see if we can fare better with a little bit of shooting that we have. Shooting for the Tyranids then on turn 2. No damage, Lictor wounded, but James made his save. A couple of shots coming up. Damage done from the salvo from the Trigon. A couple of guys taken out, but not enough to cause morale. These guys didn't do any damage, so disappointing for the Tyranids. Fouled in their Psychic, and then not too impressive with the shooting, but we'll see what assaults can do. And then the Trigon firing across has caused 1 casualty on the veteran unit just there. So we're going to go into assaults now. Key point, will these 2 units, the Lictor should be able to get in no problem, and then the Gaunts in support as well. see if we can get these gaunts to go in.
-2.
-2. That might be enough. Do they have fleet? Yeah, so we're saying they haven't made it. It's +2 for going into cover, 4 inches. It's over an inch to get there, 3 inches up and then 1 inch across, so no. So Lictor's going to do it alone. He's in, and then James is going to try and overwatch it to death. We'll have to see what happens. So here we go, we'll film this here. D3 shots, so 1 shot with the heavy flamer, strength 5, toughness 4. He's wounded, no save allowed, so that's a wound down. So 1 bolt pistol from the Commissar, that's a hit. 4s to wound, AP 5, failed, that's critical. And then a sniper can make a snapshot, can't it? Yeah, she's going to fire that. Needing 6, no. Plasma, rapid fire, 2 shots, needing 6s. No. So we're down to humble las guns now, of which James gets 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a pistol, 9. 9 shots, needing 6s. We think the Lictor's going to make it in. We think. Has the Commissar got a power weapon?
Yes.
Oh, right. Might have to issue a challenge. 3 6s, ooh, that's good enough. 5s to wound. 5s to wound. 1. Let him have that 6. That's 1. 5 up save. No. So 1 wound left on the Lictor. Right, so 5 attacks. We will. It's our turn, so we will issue a challenge to the Commissar. Do you accept? He accepts. Easy prey. Here we go. Freeze to hit. That'll do. 4 hits. Goodbye, Commissar. Oh, a rend. Strength 6. How many saves? How many wounds has a Commissar got? 1 wound. Right, so he has to make. Yeah. 3 saves of 5+. No chance. 5. A 5 and a 3. Oh, close, close. He died a hero. Lictor's claimed his first victim. Right, so calculating it here for James's reply. Won't get the attacks here. 3 for the sergeant, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4s to hit he needs, which he has got a few. 5s to wound. 1 wound. Stay alive. 2. Ah, he's killed the Lictor. Well done, so he's got revenge. So that's good news. So he consolidates 5 inches. It's a victory there. They've repelled the Lictor. It's cost them a Commissar who died a hero. But the Guardsmen are back in position. So they're not out the game here, holding the flank so far. And that unit will live to fight another day. That marks the end of Tyranid Turn 2. So we're going to go on now to Imperial Guard Turn 2 and Blood Angels as well. Let's see if any of those turn up. Right, so movement for the Imperial Guard on Turn 2. And in reaction to this, James has backed off with the Chimeras and pulled back here onto the craters, just trying to stay alive. The thing is, he's pulling away now from this objective, which is going to plan then for the Tyranids. Coming around here, James has split his group up, still keeping within that 12-inch bubble. And 1 Punisher just in this direction. Looks like he's going to try and hose down the Morlock behind the building there. Pask spun around, and then with a lead tank as well, he's going to try and do some damage to the Trigon. And then caught in a sandwich, the Razorback squad has turned up with a view to the Trigon as well. And this squad's going to hold its ground and hold this flank. Storm Raven's turned up in the nick of time, and looks like he's going to let off some nasty shots at the Tervigon. So bravery shown from James. Looks like he's coping with the situation. Let's see how well they do. Veteran squad here. 2nd veteran squad moved across in support as well. Let's see if we can keep our monstrous creatures alive as we go into the shooting phase. There's no psychic stuff. So let's see how impressive James's shooting will be on this turn. he's going to try and take out the Trigon here. He's saying he gets preferred enemy with the lead Punisher because he is within 12 inches of Pask. So here we go. Yeah, it's pretty good rolling. Just separating the misses here, he's rolling ones. And so, about average. Yeah, he's got a fistful of wounds there. Toughness 6. Strength 5s. A couple of 5s or 6s will do. 1. Ha! And we make a save of 4+. So that Punisher Cannon has done nothing. All the shots bouncing off the armoured chitin of the Tervagon. Right, heavy bolters are going to let rip with those. And he gets a fair few hits. Okay. He's doing quite well. And strength 5, toughness 6, 2 wounds. Save these, it would be an insult. Save them as well, 4 or 5. So, 1 Punisher down. Right, here we go. Pask's auto cannon. Twin linked, yes. 4 hits, very good. Strength 7. Freeze to wound, toughness 6. So 2 saves of 3+. Oh, he's got a wound. Well done. So he's knocked down 1 wound. 5 to go. Plasma response on 4+ is in. See, this is the philosophy here of multiple wounds. Trying to survive with a big creature. It's paying off so far. Look how much of his force is having to divert to take on 1 big monster. So, plasma shots coming in. That's still a hit, yeah. He's got his hit. 7. Toughness 6. So it's freeze to wound. 1. Next one coming in. Okay, this is just going to roll for scatter. That's a hit. Some accurate fire coming in from Pask. And he's got his wound. And we just checked it there, no cover. So that's a 2nd wound dealt out. 4 wounds left to go. Yeah, he's just got a hit from the las cannon there coming in. Again, no cover. So it's another wound. So we're half dead. So it's certainly possible. It's all down, actually all down to that veteran squad on the side there. Will they be disciplined enough to let in enough firepower? I mean, we are in the open here. He's got a plasma gun in there. So, and a sniper. So we'll see if we can do it. Alright, 20 heavy bolt was hit. No wounds, okay. So it's all down to this squad. I don't think they can do it unless he rolls an incredible roll.
Sniper?
Sniper, pressure shot. Oh, sniper's done well. Yes. Another 6 would be an insult. 5. So he's got his wound. We foul this. Then we could be sliding into oblivion. 4 up. We have passed on a 4. It's a 3 up save. Plasma gun now. 2 shots. Doesn't want any gets hot. 5's a hit. 1's a miss. There, 2 miss. He's got his wound. No cover. So that's another wound on. That's 4 wounds. And well, I forgot about it, but the Commissar there has got a plasma pistol and he's just dealt out another wound on there. So 1 wound left. And that Tervagon is dead. Right, we're now down to the humble las gun. This should be a laugh. So rolling up for the veterans here. So he's got his hits there. 4 misses and the rest have hit. Not bad. And then 6s to wound. Oh no, he's got 2. Oh dear. Las gun's going to bring down the Trigon. No. 5 and a 3, just by a Kroot's whisker, the Trigon survives. So this is where James tries to pull out some shots. He's just swinging around the turret on the Chimera there, which he can. He's got a line of sight. 3 shots. Right, so the missile's firing and has missed 1. So the missile's come flying in and gone past the Tervagon, just where he needed it. And then the multi-laser has spun around from the Chimera and has missed. Oh. So at the last gasp, I think the last wound on that Trigon has made it. It's pretty much dead. He's done very well. but I think he's running out of options here. Right, it's the last member of the squadron now. He was on duty over in this direction, but he's going to swing the turret around and try and hose down the Trigon. So 20 shots. It's the only weapon he's able to swing around with that turret. Shots are coming across here. He's going to try and finish off the Trigon. This is an epic struggle here. If I can survive, then I'm going to tear into one of those vehicles. Most probably. It'd be too risky trying to go for the infantry with those snapshots. So, pressure on. Nice lot of shots. There's a fair chance of being able to do it. Here we go. Alright, so the squadron gets old grudges. He's just rolling up here. Okay. He's not doing too bad. He's got a fistful of hits, which is what he wants. It's just the law of averages taking over, really. And then for wounds, it's strength 5, toughness 6. So 5s or 6s we're looking for. And he's got himself a very good spread. So odds are that Trigon is dead. If I pass all of these, he'll be celebrating in the hive mind tonight. Oh, almost. Oh, one fail is enough. By a whisker, the Tervagon has been brought down and the left-hand flank is secure once more. So well done, Imperial Guard. It's taken half the army to do it. We'll do the rest of the shooting now on turn 2. So just reposition his vehicles here. He gets that with the special rule that he's done. What's it called? So use the full throttle special move. Just reposition his tanks. It's dynamic there from that squadron. It's a good army choice. Good unit choice that James has done. So can he repel the next lot of Tyranids over here on this flank? Right, so these guys firing down. Some damage done from the heavy flamer, and then from the rest of the units, only 2 gaunts left there. They're fearless though, they're in Snapsy's range, so they'll be alright. No other damage done on this unit here. And then coming around the story of the day, the left-hand flank now is secure for the Imperial Guard. The Trigon has been destroyed. So Imperial Guard, with the help of the Blood Angels, are making a success of this. So they're going well so far. That's the end of turn 2, there's no assaults. So Tyranid turn 3 coming up. The next wave will come on, and we'll see what damage they can do. Right, so movement for the Tyranids on turn 3. It's been a bit of a slog, this one. It hasn't really gone our way so far, so it's been a difficult one. Reserves not arriving properly, mishapping and so on. But the Morlocks moved around 6 inches, and really it's got a chance of charging this lead Chimera here. Sort of just trying to converge on the main objectives, just keeping the aim of the game in mind. Trigon's burst through the fence there, and is moving on towards that objective. Tervagon moving up, is at the base of the bunker now. If he rolls well, could try and engage that squad. Just a little squad of 2 that's left has just moved down and around, and then the 3 Lictors have turned up in the bunker here as well. They'll fire out from their position. And then the Crone and the Winged Hive Tyrant, they're both in swooping mode, and they are bearing down on the Imperial Guard from this position. So Tyranids moving in here, it's not over yet. Flyers coming in, we'll see how well they do. So Psychic phase now, the Hive Tyrant is on, so we may have a more effective turn of Psychic abilities. We'll see what happens. Right, so Psychic phase, not much going on really. About to give the guys feel no pain here, but passed with Psychic Scream, and one of the guardsmen was killed. And then we just went straight on to shooting phase. So we let off with the Drawl Cannon and killed 3 guardsmen from here. James has passed morale, that's not bad. And really, for an army that's not really based on shooting, it's quite good this turn. Then just ran with him. He's moved right into the centre of the bunker now, so James is in a bit of a fluster with all these different creatures to deal with. Firing from here, coming up, managed to kill 2 guardsmen, which is good going. And James has passed morale there once again. And then the shot here, cluster spines scattered onto here and killed a couple more. So we've whittled them down a little bit, not bad. And then the other result is the Lictor's just here, firing through. 1 penetrating hit, we've got a 6, so he's immobilised that Chimera, and there's a whole point on there. So that's the end of shooting. Assaults now, there are a few attempts that we can make. We'll see if we can get in with our shot, with our assaults. So the Morlock trying to charge into that Chimera there. He's going to need a good roll, he's in cover. Right, Morlock's in by ½ an inch. Just about, it was 7 less 2, it's 5, so we made it into contact with that Chimera there. And then we want the Tervagon to get the guys upstairs. We're going to need a pretty good roll. That ain't going to be enough, so they're not in. The Tervagon's failed. And then we may as well try with the Gaunts there. An incredible roll, double 6 or something, we'll check. 5 and 1 is a fail. And then the Trigon charging into that Chimera. We'll give it a go. Need a brilliant roll. Brilliant roll of 11 will do. There is no intervening cover, so the Trigon has made it into contact with the Chimera as well. So that's the charges in there. Trigon and Morlock have both made it in, so that Chimera is in a little bit of trouble. Right, so that is assaults done for the Tyranids. The Chimera has been destroyed. Easy prey for the monsters there. But the game's still in the balance for sure. The core of James's force, heavy firepower here. Blood Angels haven't been released yet from the Storm Raven, so far from over. So I still think the advantage is with the Imperial Guard and Blood Angel allies, but we'll have to see. Tyranids are not going to be destroyed easily, that's for sure. So that's the end of turn 3 for the Tyranids. Imperial Guard turn 3 coming up. Sheer act of desperation, he's gone into hover mode here and then rolled a 1, so he's crashed on top of the bunker, but the Blood Angels, Terminators and the Ecclesiarch are out and they have arrived. Looks like they're going to pile into this Tyranid mess here in the middle. So it's a desperate struggle in the centre here, real lively situation, and you can imagine that in a film, that flyer ramming, crashing up on top, and then the Terminators piling out, looking to take out their hated foe. So James is just finishing off his movement here, just trying to position his force as best as he can to try and fight this Tyranid filth off. Right, so movement for the Blood Angels and Imperial Guard on turn 3. Moved up 12 inches here with the Razorback just flying up and underneath the flyer. James's squadron has spun around, just on patrol in the middle here, and they're going to lend some fire support down in this area here to try and take out these 2 creatures. And then, as I mentioned earlier, he swung the Storm Raven around. It's not destroyed, just immobilised now. It's got grounded on top of the bunker there. And then the Terminators and Ecclesiarch have emerged 6 inches, and they're going to try and charge one of the monstrous creatures. Imperial Guardsmen there, just on top of the bunker. They've pretty much held their position here, and they're going to fire down and try and take out some more damage. We did recover a wound on the Tervagon, so that regenerates come in handy once again. That's 2 wounds recovered now on that unit. So the Battle Brothers working together, Imperial Guard and Blood Angels side by side. Blood Angels really a source of encouragement for James and his Guardsmen as this specialist force seeks to halt the Tyranid tide. Other squad here has just jumped down inside the bunker. Trench here, holding position, away from the flyer. So we're going to go in, there's no psychic stuff for the Imperial Guard, so straight into shooting now as James's tank line seeks to unleash a hail of fire into the Tyranid creatures. Right, so we're going to film James and his squadron, or Pask and his squadron, hosing down the Tyranid filth. So he's going to roll up an order here, full throttle, special rule, and he's passed it. So it basically means he can shoot and then move, just a bit of manoeuvrability, which is coming in handy for the scenario. He's able to react to the threat as it appears on each side, so it's good going. The defensive force here now knows where the Tyranids are. There's no more to come on apart from the Raveners, so he can now start to adjust his force to cope with each. We'll see how well he does. So shooting now, and he's going to try and take out these monsters just up here. Right, he's made the decision, I don't know whether it's wise, but he's going to fire the squadron at the Lictors. He's not going to fire at the monsters here, he's going to fire at the Lictors, and it's a free up save there in the bunker. And we get stealth, so 2 up save. We will take that quite happily. Let's see how well he does. Here we go. Right, so first Punisher, he gets 20 shots. And old grudges, which means reroll ones. Preferred enemy. Here we go. The philosophy is hosing down the enemy. It's sheer weight of hits will do the damage. And he's got himself another hit there. So there's the hits. It's about average-ish.
Strength 5.
Toughness 4. Freeze to wound. He's got himself a heap of 6s there. It's very good. I think he might be successful at this. We'll roll up our saves from this first tank. Don't get ones. 1, 2, 3. So first Lictor down. It's coming from this direction. So the first Lictor drops dead from out of the bunker. It's good shooting from the guard. He's got some heavy bolter fire to come in from that tank as well. So we're sending 6 heavy bolter shots. One of the sponsors can't see. So 4's reroll a 1. Nope. So that strength 5 again. So it's freeze to wound, and triple 6 will do. Don't want a triple 1. Another 1 there. So it's another wound. So that's pretty good going. Now if that average keeps up, if each tank takes out 1 Lictor, then it's mission accomplished. So Pask now is firing his special autocannon. He's got 3 hits.
Strength 7, rending.
Strength 7. No rends, but he's got 3 wounds. Don't want any ones. Past those. That's good going. He's got 2 blasts now with the plasma cannons and a las cannon. Do the las cannon. Freeze to hit. Okay.
Hits hot. Yes, I lose a whole point.
Oh, is that the rule? Oh, so one of the plasma cannons has got hot and he's cost him a whole point. And the other one? So he couldn't fire this plasma, it's out of arc. This one fired, got hot, and he's lost a whole point. It's a bit disappointing from Pask. Next one though, 20 shots. He's going to need to perform a bit better than the previous. Here we go, re-rolling 1s. There is a lot of 1s in there to re-roll. Just going to separate out his hits here. He's got a fistful of hits and it's above average, so it's good going. Freeze to wound. Good, not bad, no complaints. 5 1s to wipe them out. He's still got some heavy bolters to come in. 2 1s. It's another Lictor drops dead out from the bunker. So that's 2 down. One left, full amount of wounds. See if he can knock down some wounds with heavy bolter. So re-rolls the 1. Okay. Freeze to wound again. This is it. Triple 1. No, passed. So 1 Lictor survives. They're fearless, but 2 have died. Not bad going. But the question is, should he have gone for another target? We'll soon find out as the rest of the game goes on. Right, so shooting for the Imperial Guard on turn 3. It's quite effective. We saw this hosing down here. 2 Lictors gone. 1 still lives and fearless, so it stays where it is. And coming around, 1 wound dealt out here on the Hive Crone. That came from fire from the little squad here. James got a 6 for a hit, and we didn't want to evade. We passed our grounded test, so we're still flying around. Then blistering fire coming down from this squad here. The 2 flamers dealing out 11 kills, and then lasgun fire. We have lost. There is 11 left, so 19 gaunts killed in total. Devastating hits there. No damage on the Tervagon, but 3 wounds dealt out on the Morlock. That's fire coming in from the grounded flyer there. It's stuck there, but it's let out a salvo of fire. 2 rockets, multi-melter and las cannon. It's dealt out 3 wounds. So pretty effective fire from the Guard and Blood Angels. And now we have 1 assault, and that is the Terminators. Where will they go? Who will they fight? We thought he might do it. He is. He's going to try and charge 2 units simultaneously. He's going to try and take on the Trigon and the Tervagon in one go. Needs a good roll. Don't get a double 1. 3 and 5 is 8, less 2 is 6. He's done it. He can contact both units. It's good going. He wants to get stuck in combat. That's what he's there for. The Blood Angels have engaged. James hasn't dithered with them this time, and it may pay off. Right, so nothing on Overwatch now. It's all down to the raw fighting power. Tyranids are going to get to go first with the Trigon. So it's a tense combat here, probably pivotal for the game. Trigon's going to go first here, higher initiative. Trigon going first. 6 attacks basic, and we have rolled very well. Remember, James has got that in-bun. And 2s to wound. 4 in-bun saves. Now, if he rolls well, then the combat should go well for him. So first Thunderhammer guy, it's a 5, he's passed. Next one, a 6, he's passed. A 3 has passed, oh no. And a 4, he has passed. James has survived the hits from the Trigon. Next up for initiative is the Reclusiarch. He's going to attack the Tervagon. 3s to hit. They've all hit. And then he's strength 6 with the Power Maul. 4s to wound. 4 wounds. Concussive, whatever that means. Going to get a headache after it. Saves of its AP force. Free up save. We've passed all our saves. So it's no damage dealt out so far. This is high-powered stuff fighting out here. Next up is the Tervagon fighting back, and he's not as impressive. He just gets 3 attacks. Forced to hit. Oh dear, he is concussed. So Tervagon's got a headache, and it's going to get even worse now because the Terminators are going to hit hard with the hammers now. So Lightning Claw dude is going to track the Tervagon. 3 attacks. Doesn't get the bonus for charging. So he's got 1 hit at least, and he gets 3 roll because of the Reclusiarch. So he actually only got 1 hit. And he's re-rolling. This is with the... No, this is failed. Next up, it's all down to the Thunderhammers now. He should do some damage. Right, 4 attacks on the Trigon. 3 hits, going to re-roll 1. Yes, he's got it. 2s to kill. He's not going to kill me, but it's going to hurt. He's got 1 cocked, 1 wound, 3 miss, 3 fails. Come off lightly from there, and now the Terminators are sucked into a combat, so it'll be interesting. 3s to hit. He's got his 3 hits, and then here comes the roll. 3 wounds. 3 more wounds. Tervagon's in trouble. So Tyranid units in trouble now, 2 big units stuck in combat with those Terminators, so it looks like a wise choice to take Blood Angel allies. They are not holding back from this combat. They've dealt out a lot of damage. We're fearless with both units, that melee will continue. A vicious fight, perhaps one of the most vicious combats we've seen. It's going to continue on to turn 4. As we go on now to Tyranid turn 4. Right, so Tyranid movement on turn 4. The Gaunts have moved up towards the bunker there. We'll try and take on that far unit of veterans. Tervagon and Trigon stuck in combat. And the Morlock has shifted around 3 inches, going to try and join the combat as well. We've got to overwhelm and destroy the Terminators. Now, it could be a trap that we're getting sucked into, that they could mash us up, but I just feel there's not much else we can do. I do feel that the Guard and Blood Angels are prevailing here so far. Lictor's gone, slinked back here, and he's going to try and move around, try and claim an objective later on in the game. Then for other movement, just coming around here. It's empty here, there's no Tyranids in this part of the table. Hive Crone's gone into glide mode, and is going to try and throw up all over the Guard, just in the bunker there. Raveners have arrived inside the bunker, so whilst all the carnage of fighting is going on over here, the Raveners have turned up. They could be crucial towards the end of the game. And then we've gone into glide mode here with the Hive Tyrant looking to be able to assault next turn, try and let out a big psychic scream and terrify the life out of these veterans. Gaunt's just moving up, and they're going to try and fire and assault up here as well. There's a chance here, if this is the crucial part, the Blood Angels and their Imperial Guard Battle Brothers, if we can overwhelm them, then we'll win. If we don't overwhelm them, then James will secure victory for sure. So we'll see what happens. We're going to go on to Psychic Phase now for the Tyranids on turn 4. Right, so Psychic Phase for the Tyranids on turn 4. It's been effective. This is what we wanted to do. We've moved up here, and the 2 units within 6 inches let out a scream. We rolled a 9. Add 2 is 11. Both of James's LD is 8. So 3 dead from each unit. That scream has burst the eardrums of 6 guardsmen. So effective stuff. And we also cast the power catalyst, so this unit or himself and this unit down here within 12 all have feel no pain. So effective psychic stuff. Hive Commander doing strange things on the table, but it's been effective and helpful for the Tyranids in this turn. So a little bit of shooting and then some critical assaults. Right, so shooting for the Tyranids on turn 4 has been pretty effective. The Draw Cannon has killed 4. He failed a couple of feel no pains. The Commissar's dead. James has passed morale with that unit. It's still hold there, but that veteran squad has really taken a beating. These guys moved in a couple of inches, just hiding, biding their time. And then fire coming up from here has done no damage. James passed all of his saves here, but has gone to ground. And then we just ran with the flying Hive Tyrant there. Both of these in glide mode now, so James can shoot them with a normal ballistic skill, but if he doesn't kill them, we'll be free to assault next turn. So assaults now coming up. We'll see if we can get the Morlock to charge in. He's got to get about, well, let's see what we get. Less 2, 4 inches. That is debatable. No, we're saying it's not going to make it in. It's 3 inches to get up, and then 2 inches to the base. That makes 5, and 6 less 2 is 4. So the Morlock has failed. Combats again. Trigon is going to go first on a base of 6 attacks. Let's get a nice high score here. Triple 1's not very good. And then 2's to wound, another 1, it's knocking us down. He's got 2 invuln saves to make. If he fails both of those, that's significant. Saves a 3+. He's passed both, 3 and a 4. He's passing them. Confidence flows back into James's Blood Angels as he passes these rolls here. Ecclesiarch's fighting and has done no damage. Tervigon fighting back. Tervigon's failed. Oh dear. Lightning Claw Man, he can fight. The Sergeant can fight here. He's got 2 hits. And he's going to try and wound. He's failed. He's going to try again. Yes, he got a wound with Lightning Claws. So, Trigon's taken a hit there. Still got plenty of wounds to go on him. So it's all down to the Thunderhammers now. The Tervigon should die. 4 attacks. Yes, 3 hits. Goodbye, Tervigon. Say goodbye to the Big Mama. It's gone. It's done it. It's done it. It's done it. Tervigon's dead. That's a significant blow to the Tyranid force, because now his Thunderhammer guys can swing around and give full support to taking out the remaining Trigon. Right, next 2 more Thunderhammers. That's 4 attacks against the Trigon. If he rolls amazing, you can kill it. Oh yeah, he's cocked. He's a good sportsman. Oh, he's still got it on a 6. 3 hits. 2s. Oh dear, another 3 wounds. So that's the end of combat there. James is just going to move his figures around to surround that beast. But that's 5 wounds dealt out. We've lost the combat severely there. It's a good unit choice. Good support. Allies can really help out a force. You find a weakness in your army and then use allies to plug the gap. And that's what James has done effectively here. So this might be a nice way to say goodbye to the Blood Angels, as we're expecting the new codex coming along at some point in the future. But he's done well there. Combat's won. It's fearless. The fight goes on. But Blood Angels are... it's their forte here with those Thunderhammers. That marks the end of turn 4 for the Tyranids. So Imperial Guard and Blood Angels turn 4 coming up. Right, moving for the Blood Angels and Imperial Guard on turn 4. Veterans holding their position. Going to try and fend off the gaunts here. We didn't charge. It shows that when you're under pressure in a game, sometimes you forget stuff. So we didn't charge the gaunts. James didn't tell me that, so he's quite happy they didn't make it. So they're in trouble. Not good, not good. And then here, the veteran squad, the last of them, the Sergeant, and the last guy with the heavy flamer, is going to fire down into the Raveners there. So it really is going in the direction of victory for the Guard and Blood Angels, but it's not over yet. I'm not going to give up yet. Razorback just swinging round. Heavy bolt of fire going to come in. There's a squad in there, so he'll be able to sit on the objective quite nicely. James's formation just again manoeuvring itself into position to be able to fire, and then the Chimera squad moving in quite confidently as well. So we'll go on now. There's no psychic phase, so shooting for the Imperial Guard and Blood Angels on turn 4. Right, so one word to summarise this turn, and that is ouch. The firepower from the Imperial Guard and Blood Angels has been horrendous, and James has already just chosen his unit of the game. It's these guys just pivoting on the spot and blowing away anything they please. You can see that there is some missing monsters on the table. It's been good. Heavy flamer firing down here has killed one of the Raveners and dealt out 1 wound. But we just hold our ground. Hive Tyrant's untouched. Less cannon fired down here, didn't do any damage. And then the flamers firing down, these guys still holding their position, have burnt a whole load more gaunts to a crisp. We're fearless. We were going to run away, but then I realised that we're in 12 inches here of the Synapses creature. It's pretty good. Morlock's gone. It's been destroyed, and that was from firepower from these two. Just firing a whole load of shots through, just gradually knocking down wounds, and we were destroyed. So good formation that. They have patrolled this area and have fulfilled their mission. They're knocking monstrous creatures down. And then the Hive Crone's gone. That's Pask. He fired. And AP4 with the autocannon. And we're only a 4+ save. Hive Crone's gone. He's in glide mode, so he's able to take us out. Shame. But Tyranid creatures, monstrous creatures being brought down here. I'm sure there's many people shouting at the screen, come on James. It looks like he's lining himself up for a good victory here against this Tyranid force. Could be a shock result, but we'll see. We've got a combat to do. James should win that one as well, but we'll see. We could knock a couple down. The Terminator squad and Recluse Yarrick, as of yet, untouched. Right, so concussive. The Trigon's already got a headache from taking wounds from those Thunderhammers. So James's Recluse Yarrick gets to go first, and the Sergeant as well. We're just checking our remaining wounds. 5. So she's got to get 1 wound, and we won't even get to fight back. So Recluse Yarrick, here we go. It's deadly here. Tyranids have been damaged. James is rolling up. Just needs that. It's 2 wounds at strength 6. 2 saves of 3+. Come on. Oh no, Trigon's gone. Another monster. His army is a monster killer force. James celebrates. It looks like he's done it. He really has done well. That marks the end of combat. James is just going to consolidate there. All the big monsters are gone. And he's going to swing round. We've got left on the table for the Tyranids 5 Gaunts, 1 Hive Tyrant, and 5 Raveners. See what we can do is we're going to turn 5. Oh, and 1 Lictor lurking in the back. Right, so moving for the Tyranids on turn 5. Game could end at the end of both, when both of our turn 5s are finished. So we're just moving now to try and salvage this game. It'll be a desperate one to try and get it, but we'll do the best we can. The Raveners have moved out 12 inches. They're fast, and they're coming. Going to try and render a few vehicles. That'll be a good start. The Hive Tyrant's moved up on top. It's going to try and release a Psychic Scream, so you can take out some more casualties, and then charge one of the units. Not sure what we're going to do yet. Lictor's moving around, he's a bit too far away really. And then the 2 units of Gaunts, Unit 2, Unit 3, they're going to try and converge on one of the units there. So it's not quite over yet, but victory is slipping away from us. So we're going to Psychic Phase now. A nice impressive Psychic Phase will be good for us. Right, it's gone bad. It just marks this game really as a bad one. Psychic Scream failed. We had 4 dice. We've decided to try and go for 2 rolls here. We've got 2 threes, so fouled on that one. We've got Catalyst, so it's feel no pain to these guys and to the Hive Tyrant. So we're going to go on to shooting now on turn 5. Okay, shooting phase done. 1 Gaunt firing upstairs has killed one of the Flamers. That's good going. We stand a little bit of a chance. We're going to try and charge both of those 2 in. So assaults now, 4 charges, all the Tyranid units. We're just going to run this Lictor. 5 inches, might as well. Okay, so that's him done. So here we go. 2 Gaunt units. To get upstairs, I reckon we're going to need 4 inches with both. So the one with 3. Yes, they're in. And the other one? 7 less 2 is 5. Yes, they're in. So 5 gaunt units are in. We'll do that Overwatch. Just doing his Overwatch here. 1 gaunt's been killed from the Flamer, and now las guns. No hits. Draw in a 1. He did get a wound, and we didn't get a save. There's another one gone. 2 gaunts gone, and he missed with a plasma. So 3 gaunts make it in. They'll fight, but I think we'll lose that combat. All right, we're going to try and charge the squadron here with the Ravenors. 3 inches. Yeah, we've made it in. Yeah.
You got rending, haven't you?
So make it in with the Ravenors. But James is saying that he has rear armor 11, so it's going to be a difficult task. Pask's rear armor 10, but the others are 11, so its Rens are going to be critical. But we're happy that they've made it in. And then the Hive Tyrant. Where do we charge the Hive Tyrant? Do we charge into that? Or do we charge into... Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. Here we go. We're going to charge the Terminators. The old adversary is going to charge the Terminators. Charge. 7 less 2 is 5. We're in. We're going to kill it. Right, so we've made it into combat there, and it is monstrous creature character. So I think we are allowed to issue a challenge, which we will. We'll challenge the Reclusiarch. Maybe this Tyranid army is going to die, but we'll take the Reclusiarch with us. So, do you accept the challenge? Oh, he's thinking. Wait for it. This might take a while. He's not going to accept the challenge. All right, that is completely against the... I think it's to do with his strategy. He's saying no. So Reclusiarch backs off, so that's knocked him out of the combat. And then we will now fight just the Terminators. Ooh. So he's failed the challenge there, or not failed the challenge, he's backed out of the challenge, which is a fearless chaplain pulling out of a challenge. Doesn't sound quite right, but anyway, that's what James wants to do. The old adversary will have to fight somebody else. So he's now going to fight with his sergeant, who gets 2 hits. Weapon skill 8. Forced to hit. 6 is to wound them with the lightning claws. No. And he's going to re-roll. No. Right. We'll let James try and fight the old adversary here. So weapon skill 8. He's going to get 8 attacks. I've got no invuln save. So we could watch the Hive Tyrant go out in a blaze of glory here. It could have been foolhardy. It's just instinct. He didn't really have a choice. Oh no. So James is chuckling. Oh, 5 wounds. Even on a quadruple 2. He still does it. No, hang on. I've only got 4 wounds. I'm dead. Oh, no, not dead. Feel no pain, thanks to that psychic phase. So it's nice 5s or 6s. If I get 5 5s or 6s, I'm going to do a strange dance. You're dead. I'm still dead. No. The Hive Tyrant's gone. So, but it is simultaneous. So we'll get our attacks. It's 4 attacks basic, +1 for weapons, +1 for charging, and hammer off. So we get a freebie attack, which wounds. So here's his save. He's passed. So down to basic attacks. Freeze to... Oh, reroll 1's old adversary. Come on, boy. Heave half. It's poor. Should have done a lot better. And then reroll 1's again. Got it anyway. 3 invuns. We've got to take out 1 Terminator. Oh, triple 1! As he crashed to the ground, he let out a final swoop and brought down 3 Terminators. That's good. That's all right. When that kind of thing happens, you can still leave the battle happy. But it's cost me the commander to do it. If ever he made a good allied choice, he did it in this game. Blood Angels. Just that element of strength and support and toughness has helped the Guard out an incredible amount. So he's won the combat. James is jubilant. The Guard knew that it was a good idea to ask for assistance from the Blood Angels, and it has paid off. The last two, and the move down. James, the Recluse Yarrick coward, move him down as well. He's down there as well. So he backed out. It was wise. Recluse Yarrick lives to fight another day. So a couple other combats to do, and then we're done. Right, so combat then for the Tyranids. The Raveners have claimed a victim here. They've destroyed the vehicle, managed to get a lot of rending hits, and then on the D3 they managed to get glances on the rear arm of 11. So that's destroyed that, and then we got one further glancing hit on Pask, but Pask and his other squadron mates survive, so those Raveners are in deep trouble as the game draws to a close here. Looks like the game's going to end on turn 5. And then the Gaunts were overwhelmed in combat. He's actually busted morale, but only fallen back 2 inches. So it looks like James is going to finish him off. That is the end of turn 5 for the Tyranids. Imperial Guard and the Triumphant Blood Angels are going to go now on turn 5, see if they can finish off this Tyranid force. He has every chance of getting a wipeout to add further insult to injury. So we're at that depressing stage of the game. That's where your foe senses victory and he goes into mop-up mode, where he starts to use his overwhelming strength to gang up on units. So Ravener's in trouble now, just being picked on. Maybe I'll concede at the end of this turn if we've got anything left to concede with. But it's been a good game. Couldn't call it at the start. But James has dealt with it. Each wave coming on, he's responded well, and this squadron formation here has done well, and the ability to call on a tough combat unit has helped him out. So it's worth taking note of that, using an allied force to admit that you have a weakness in your force, and then taking allies to plug that gap. It's paid off here for James. It's always lacks that decisive combat power, and he's taken 2 forces that he likes, Imperial Guard and Blood Angels, and has got a combination here that seems to be working really well. I think even he's surprised at the success of this force. We may well see it again. I hope he does continue with this force. They seem to be doing really well. Right, some movement now for the Imperial Guard and Blood Angels, just mopping up action. It's the last stand here of the Tyranids. And the Recluse Yarrick and the last of the Terminators moving in against the lone Lictor there, and then all the vehicles swinging around are going to absolutely hose down the Raveners. So no mercy at all. Look at that, what a way to go. So, and then this squad here should easily be able to take out this last Gaunt. So here it is, turn 5. And we're going for the wipeout. Shooting phase for the Imperial Guard and Blood Angels. The Gaunt has gone. Right, okay, he's done an order there, so it meant he's shot, killed the Gaunt, and then for the Emperor he's moved down. Don't know if he's been free of that objective, we'll have to see. And then 1 wound on the Lictor there, that came from the bolt pistol shot from the Recluse Yarrick. Then coming across, Raveners have gone. Hosed down by firepower from this, and then he's done that order where he's able to move off, so he's repositioned himself in this direction. Not that it makes much difference now. Firepower coming down from this squad, and from the tanks just reduced the Raveners down to nothing, so they're gone. Sadly, so this sector has been cleansed. All that's left on the table is 1 Lictor with 2 wounds left. We'll see if James can finish it off in the assault phase. He's just rolling up to charge. I mean, he can't really fail. He's got a 10, less 2 is 8. So we're in. We'll try and snap fire here. So we can get some 6s. Nope, so it's just going to be a straight up combat. We'll go first. So do you have any challenges? Oh, who's going to challenge him? Yarrick has now found his courage and he's going to fight the Lictor. Interesting. Right, so we're initiative 6, we're going to go first. So the Yarrick's finally plucked up the courage. He's found a smaller creature to fight. Here we go. Hey, not bad. Strength 6, 2s to wound, and then a couple of rends might be nice. No, 3 saves of 3+. Ah, his armour's paid off. What a way to end it. Here we go. Oh yes, he gets the reroll because he charged. 5 hits. Oh, what a stylish way to finish. This is it. It's AP 4. Strength 4, toughness 4. 4+. Goodbye, Lictor. He has. He's got it. 2 wounds. 4 and a 5. That is it. What a wipeout. That's it. He's done it. He's got the 2 wounds needed. And the Lictor is brought down. And it was a Yarrick that did it. We all said it was a wimp. But he changed the Lictor there, lurking in the corner, and has killed the last beast. So area cleansed, mission accomplished, and it's been done with not too many casualties. So that is a win for the Imperial Guard. How significant or how big is that win? We're just going to calculate now victory points. So we lose automatically. James has fallen back here, so he has claimed that objective. That's 3 victory points. This objective here is claimed by the Chimera, which is allowed to be a scoring unit now. And then this objective is claimed as well. That's 6 and 9 total, and then 3 inches here as well. That is 12. And then the only other objective in this game that you're allowed to claim, secondary objective, is Slay the Warlord, which James has done. So 13 victory points to 0 for the Tyranids. So congratulations to James. I'm sure a lot of people are shocked at that result. Weren't expecting that, but it's a clear victory. Sector has been held. All 3 waves have been repelled. It is a clear victory for the Imperial Guard and Blood Angel allies, and we hope to see them again in future games. And so will the Tyranids. That monstrous creature army will again be back seeking their revenge. So good game, good result for James. There it is. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.